Let me get this thing moving here. Let's see how much fuel we have. 20 gallons in each tank. I think for what we're doing for now, it should work. Let's just make sure. Yeah, that's working good. Alright, so. The X56, I didn't even realize there was an X56. I know there was the 55, so there's a 56 now? Oh, it's looking good. That's good. No kidding. Feel free to post a link. If you have it handy. Blue. That's cool. Set some frequencies.
Sound resumed.
So what do we have here? We have all we have here is the alright, any special things we have to know from here? LE centers on 134.65. Unicom CTAF 122.7. And since I'm not doing flight following, well, we will actually tile in. What was that, 134.65? Probably wrong, but I'll tile it and then have a look. Yeah, it was. Wow, okay. And once we get airborne, we'll put in the tower frequency and the standby of the comm for our destination. Alright, so we got that going. What else do we need? Is there a working ATIS that we can actually listen to here? No. Well, let's see if we can pick up their CTAF. So there is an AWAS 119.025. Let's see if that works.
Lake Havasu City weather.
2967. That's really exactly what I wanted.
Visibility more than 10.
170.
Sky clear. Temperature 38. Dew point 10. Altimeter 2967.
Alright, 170, 10. Pretty toasty out, 38 degrees. Let's have a look at what you posted there. Oh wow. Yeah, that's pretty cool looking. There, all the new models going with that multiple springs. So I wonder how this is going to be different than the 55. Like, Military grade space sim precision. Okay. I was reading an article recently. They said like a lot of these space games are inspiring these companies to get even more detail on their flight sticks. So good for us, huh? Alright, what else do we need? I think it's pretty simple. I think we're like ready to go, right? So runway 17 is going to be like that away, so we're going to go that away. Crunch. Kind of just following this line and taxiway lights. As tempted as I was to snake around the other way. I have a feeling these lights might not let me out. I might just have to go. Let's see what's happening over here. Oh, yeah, look at that. We can get there. Oops. Dirty Ratchet, what are you trying to activate or find? Maybe I can tell you. I don't have a bot or anything like that on here, so my channel is very basic. The most sophisticated most sophisticated thing I have on this channel is that flight information in the upper right, thanks to JSnap. And then on top of that, I have my alerts. That's it. Oh, it says plane. I thought you said X-plane. This is the Beechcraft Bonanza F33. F33A is done by Carenado, and it was improved greatly upon detail and performance by SimCoders. They make a thing called the Reality Expansion Pack, which is really cool. But you can just get the Carenado all by itself and then add the Reality Expansion Pack later. I mean, that's either way, it's an add-on. So, $26, $27 for $26, $27. This is a really cool airplane. Really nice panel. You know, looks really good. It'll fly fine for you out of the box. It'll tell you, I think, how to put the stick settings so that it will try to fly even more realistic. And then if you are a type of simmer that wants it to perform by the numbers that are listed in the POH, and you want some improved ground handling and flight dynamics, as well as additional sounds, then you do the SimCoders Reality Expansion Pack, which is like $19. They're $20 essentially, so kind of brings it up almost to like a steady level airplane to some extent. Does like a walk around feature, has a lot of failures. Like, well, it's not that it has a lot of failures. It will kick you in the butt if you mismanage the airplane, so it becomes much more realistic. No, it's not so much that it makes it look better. It makes the airplane perform more realistically, handle better. And also the sounds are modified, so there's some really cool sound effects that, you know, are more realistic. So the guys that really do their homework when they make an airplane or a Reality Expansion Pack for an airplane, if you go to SimCoder's website, I don't know if it's as simple as simcoders.com or not, And they have a forum, and you can find YouTube videos that show their stuff and people flying it. So, but I've been using it for a while, and I like it a lot. Alright, I think I'm on Freak, right? Nobody's coming from this way. We'll ask our passenger to look out for us, because I did see somebody landing the other way, since pilotage traffic does not pay attention to what the winds are. So our plan is to take off runway 14. What was I saying before? 17? 14, okay. And we're going to do a right crosswind out onto the... what is the traffic direction here? Actually, it's... yeah, it's right pattern 14, so that's perfectly legal. We'll follow up the river, and we'll go from there. I'm not using SkyMax Pro. I'm using... I am using... what am I using? I'm using Real Terra Haze. So, but SkyMax Pro, the latest stuff is looking really good, pretty good. Yeah, Greg is always working on me with that. But I like my setup right now, but I might try it in the future. This is Lake Havasu, right? Lake Havasu traffic, Bonanza 5716 and Bravo, departing VFR, right crosswind, runway 14. So we'll just take it up to like 3,000 feet. Enjoy the view. I don't think we'll have to go much higher than that. Oh, it sounds windy. I did set my trim this time, so it should lift off real nice at 70. There it is. Flyboy, what's going on, man? Alright, looks like no more usable runway at this time. Gear's coming up. We'll lower this volume. We got an airplane out there, but I'm pretty sure that that is an airplane in the traffic pattern. Just gonna get a full deflection of my stick going. Okay. Yeah, see they're turning on a final right now. 25 squared coming in. Here, let's do a kamikaze at this guy. Yeah, this is X-Plane, and it is a Carenado airplane with SimCoder's modification. This is, and we're flying on PilotEdge, which is we're seeing as drone traffic right here. So I decided we're gonna buzz the traffic instead of buzz the tower. There we go. Whoa. All right. Anyway, I'm assuming that was you know, traffic generated by PilotEdge. Hopefully it wasn't an actual user. If it was, my apologies, user. Yeah, there's always mixed reviews about Carenado. Out of the box, they provide typically a really nice looking model. The actual fuselage shaping and panel work and everything, the artwork is very nice. People that want the airplane to fly to the numbers are not really happy with necessarily the flight model. So we were just talking about how there's this reality expansion pack, this company that takes these Carenado airplanes and like reworks them and makes them more accurate. Okay, so there's the airport we just took off from. And there's the river that we're flying up. And we're at 3,000, so let's trim it out. Pull our power back. Did I bring the gear up? Yeah. I'm going pretty slow. Okay, let's switch over to LA. And then at the same time, we're going to put in the tower frequency to Laughlin Bullhead 123.9er. Let's keep our altitude where we said we might. So, since changing this one setting, in fact, maybe I'll show it to you guys. In my video card, everything is just sharper. It's like little detail stuff is sharper. You guys wouldn't have noticed the difference between any of my streams, but it's just really cool to notice like text being sharper or certain details. So in my video card setting, let's see, how do I want to get there? Let's do this. Let's go here. Desktop, NVIDIA. Okay, so John Fly had this in one of his videos. Although, let me just go back into the airplane, making sure that we're okay. Yeah. So there's one setting, and because I'm using a TV, it was set to RGB, but what you want to do is have it set to YCB CR444. This 444 is a setting that if you're going to buy any TV,
34601 connect. Flying a good departure.
Especially 4K. I don't know if it goes for 1080, but if you're going to buy a TV to use as a monitor for a computer, you want to have that 444 capability. It's like it's a ratio 4x4x4, because what it does is it provides sharper text capability. If the TV doesn't have that, like, you wouldn't notice maybe flying around in just the graphics and everything, but the text, the menus, now they're like razor sharp, like a monitor should be. I didn't have that set.
34601, point me good departure, radar contact.
So there was that setting, it
4,000.
made things sharper, and then there was another setting that fixed my menu problem, and that was simply switching like a color setting. It was really weird. Anyway, so if you guys are using a TV for a monitor and you have a video card that lets you change that, you might check it out. 444. The TV has to have that capability as well. Okay, so we're flying up the river. No, we don't want that anymore.
Romeo Alpha 346-901, fly President, join Vienna, correction,
Coming up here.
Ventura 282, radial deploying.
And we're gonna, once the river ends, well, we don't want to follow the big part. I guess we're gonna get on that narrow part, and then we'll see Eagle. So it looks like it's getting pretty narrow up there. Trimmed that pretty well. Kind of rolling a little bit on me, but
Charlie Gold Victor to the Bravo, change my frequency 124.4.
I guess I should lean it out a little bit. And then we'll switch that fuel tank. I'm not even going to start the timer. I love the 3D lighting on the cockpit.
To the Bravo NorCal approach, San Francisco altimeter 2985 after Archie, cleared ILS 2A right approach.
It's kind of interesting. Look at how the elevation jumps up on the side of the river there. So the airport elevation is 485, this is 93, 450. Well, these are all would be like on the higher part of the river, I guess. Just wondering if we're going to have a challenging time spotting anything over the hillside, that's all. Wow.
Blue 727.
I can't believe nobody noticed this. I'm pulling a...
Cross runway 28 left, taxi to the terminal via Echo Alpha, remain on this frequency.
What was it that I did? What flight did I do that on last time? I like made the wrong turn and went the wrong way.
Romeo Alpha 34691, Connex Santa Barbara approach 120.55.
So, taking off from the airport and like making the turn and going up that way, should have on a heading of I don't know, somewhere around 328, 330, right? And that's not our heading, is it, guys?
Romeo Alpha
120.
34691, Santa Barbara approach, altimeter
310's on the bottom. Yep, we're going the wrong way. So we essentially enjoyed a nice little scenic detour. And we're going to turn around. Might as well... I'm thinking to myself, I'm not seeing the river end off that way, and I'm not seeing this river go any further up that way very much. Something doesn't seem right here. Check out all that lush green it does down there, huh? It's being fed by the river. Yeah, we meant to do that, Coop, right? I was showing you guys I just wanted to show you guys this really cool little forest in the middle of nowhere. I meant to do that. But let's get back on course now. Well, yeah, it was
Mike, go ahead with your
it was
request.
a short little flight on that one leg to begin with, so definitely made it kind of nicer. Aviator 757.
departure.
Absolutely, right? It's pretty cool. Hey, and thanks for the follow, by the way.
Climb and maintain 4,000. Expect 1,000 after 5 minutes. Departure on 134.2 squawk 6261.
Yeah, you got some nice graphics capability in X-Plane. Excuse me.
6261. And NRA3 Mike, read back correct.
Beanie Basha. What's going on, dude? Thanks for following.
Charlie Golf Victor to the Bravo, change my frequency 135.65.
Okay, so we took a little detour. We had taken off, ended up flying down this way, got in around here. Look at that.
Charlie
Bill
Victor, Zulu
Williams.
Bravo Heavy, NorCal approach, connect San Francisco Tower.
If you think about it,
120.5 at 7.
William is Bill. So this is Bill's National Wildlife Refuge. Anyway. And there's Bill's River. And so we just did a little turnaround over here. And we're on our way back up. So Lake Havasu is going to appear off to the right when we pass it. This is the one we took off from. Pilot's looking. I'm looking at us like, what am I doing out there? It'd be cool if Carenado started a service where you could like just send them your facial picture, you know, and then they could like overlay your face over the people that they put in the airplane, so it would be you if you wanted to go that route. Beanie, this was G2XPL. Yep, G2XPL. Yeah, Carenado does a really good job on their figurines there. It would be Coop, really? Yeah, teach their own, right? You see, I didn't work my checklist. I never turned on my strobes. Strobes work on PilotEdge, too.
Romeo Alpha 34
I had
Roger.
flown by John Fly the other day, and then I was on final ahead of him, and they were telling him to call the Bonanza in sight, and he couldn't see me. And I could see his stream, and yeah, you couldn't see anything. And then when I turned on my lights, all of a sudden you could see the strobes flashing. Have you ever...
Charlie Gold Victor to the
Beanie, have you ever used it before? I mean, like you had it working, but you don't know how to do it anymore? You forgot? There's a lot of good documentation out there that'll get you through it.
Romeo Alpha 34691, 900 miles from Zach's, fly pres netting.
The instructions were pretty good too.
Until established on the final approach course, cleared VOR runway 25.
So this might be the airport we took off from over here. I'm just going to keep an eye on my fuel tanks and I'll switch them visually. Assuming I remember. Oh, okay. But you have the software, right, to build the tiles?
And Rain Enter 83 Mike, I'm not sure why you're just calling up with your call sign. If it's not busy, you don't need to cold call the frequency. Just call up with your request.
I mean, if you own the program, if you did the donation and got the program, then... Oh, excuse me. Then you should have that handy, I think. Joe Nurses, how are you today?
Niner 83 Mike, Roger, runway 8, taxi via Delta, and in the future, if you don't hear me talking every 2 seconds, you can assume it's not busy. Just go ahead and call up.
Cool.
on your
What version do you
request, or else
have,
it just takes
Beanie?
more time to have to deal with responding to the cold call. Runway 8, taxi via Delta. Romeo Alpha 34691, connect Santa Barbara Tower, 119.7.
Cool, yeah, I have 6.9 as well.
Romeo Alpha 34691, Santa Barbara Tower, runway 25, clear to land, winds calm.
So there's Lake Havasu City. So now we're passing Lake Havasu City again. Chemehebe Valley. So we're going to pass that. We're going to pass Topok. And then the wide area of the river was kind of like a dead end. I guess it's like a marshland.
Charlie Gold Victor, Zulu Bravo, cross runway 28 left.
We'll follow the narrow strip that goes off of that.
Remain on this frequency.
Doesn't really matter. I mean, we could follow the river, pick up the road, and go that way. You know, either way. So pretty flat out there. Terrain's kind of high over here. Looks like high a little bit past that mountain as well. Hey Rob, thanks for the host, man. Ooh, I got the little hearts. I'm feeling all tingly inside. Coop, thanks for the host, sir. Thank you. So yeah, here's that area that kind of goes wide, and then the river continues straight up. So we should see seashells by the seashore. We should see needles off to the left. Eagle off to the right. Oh, let's listen to the ATIS.
Advise on initial contact you have Echo. Laughlin Bullhead
Echo,
International
perfect.
Information Echo. 0315 Zulu. Wind 130 at 10. Visibility 10. Sky clear below 2000. Temperature 38. 2.10. Altimeter 2966. Visual approach runway 16, in use. Departing runway 16. Read back all runway assignments, and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have Echo.
23.9, I have that in
Laughlin
there.
Bullhead International Information Echo. 0315 Zulu. Wind 130 at 10. Visibility 10. Sky clear below 2000.
And so they go by Bullhead
Temperature
Tower.
38.
I'm glad I looked at that. I might have said
2.10.
Laughlin Tower.
Altimeter 2966.
And they would have been laughing
Visual
at me.
approach runway 16,
Ah.
in use. Departing runway 16. Read back all run.
Alright, so information echo. Ooh. Rob, the guy's name is Drawbridge, or is there a guy that made a drawbridge that's amazing? Shwee with a T. Nice. Oh, okay, I never saw it. KWIL, where is that located? Nice. Golf course. If I could see batting cages, I would call those out, but they're a lot smaller than golf courses. Alright, so now we're passing by that area of water that's kind of wide. So needles should be like right off to our left. There it is. Needles.
Romeo Alpha 3461, where are you parking?
Looks like Pac-Man.
Romeo Alpha 4601,
Bring it
Roger,
around
taxi,
with the big
parking
mouth
gate,
here.
Charlie, remain on the street. And NR83 Mike, Burbank Tower, runway cleared for takeoff, wind 180
Wilmington in North Carolina. That's interesting. There's also a Wilmington, Delaware. But I'm assuming it's something different. Yeah, go ahead and post it. Cool. That's some nice building work there. You guys are doing some good stuff. It's amazing to watch, that's for sure. Alright, so we're passing this bend in the river. River's bending back to the right. So as it bends back to the right, here's the airport. And it's Eagle. Let's put it on. That was 123.9 we needed, right? 123.9, Bullhead Tower, okay. Bullhead Tower, Bonanza 576, Tango Bravo. Crossing Eagle Airport, 3,000 feet, VFR inbound. We have information, Mike.
Five 7-6 Tango Bravo, Bullhead Tower, roger. Radar 83 Mike, connect SoCal departure.
Over departure, 83 Mike.
Radar 83 Mike, SoCal departure, radar contact. Climb maintain 1000.
Oh yeah, that looks cool. It's a nice, nicely shaped airframe there, Coop. Alright, let's switch the fuel tanks. Alright, so we're following this river around. Alright, so, let's see. We are coming up the river. So I guess we're following like this snakiness over here. Where we should see a populated area followed by a wider populated area, and the border of the airport is right around there. So I think we just are on top of... Maybe this is the initial populated area? And then I guess there's going to be another one out here. Yeah, where it really hooks to the left and then to the right, and that will be right there. The winds are favoring 1-6, which is right pattern traffic. So hopefully we'll be told to enter a right downwind for runway 16. I see the airport. I believe that's it. 4K for the win. Let's get down to 2,000.
Five 7-6 Tango Bravo to right downwind, runway 16, clear to land.
Right downwind, runway 16, clear to land, 576 Tango Bravo. Cool. So we're just going to point right at the airport. Let's run that checklist to some extent. So we're going to do descent, cow flaps. Let's hope that they're open. They're all the way open. You need them. Normally you'd close them when pulling the power back, but we're pretty hot. Altimeter set. So let's go ahead over here. And we'll just do a refresh. And altimeter is 2966, which is good enough. 2967, but there we go. Okay. Before landing, we'll put fuel center on full tank. Cow flaps as required. Make sure full rich landing gear down. Check. Flaps full down. Airspeed. Okay, there's the airport. So I want to get down. We really want to get down now. Ooh, I can feel we're like definitely drifting. Thanks to that wind. So we're getting down to 1700, right? That elevation was 700. Where are you? 699. So let's hold 1700 ish. Make sure a little bit more rich. Check out the water texture riding up on the scenery tile there. Alright, so we're on the downwind. Put my props at 2500. It's interesting how on this downwind you can see on the left side the terrain rises fairly quickly. So if you were like too far on the downwind, you'd be really close to the ground. Too wide of a downwind. Alright, we're about to
18 Bravo Whiskey is ready to
crossing the
active for pattern work.
touchdown area. Gears coming down. I'm actually going to put us out a little bit more. We're a little close.
310 vector for departure. Carenado 83 Mike, is that your best rate of climb? I said, is that your best rate of climb, what you're currently doing?
Okay, that looks about right. Let's go base.
Roger. The last aircraft requesting taxi for pattern work. Say again your call sign.
It is 18 of Whiskey, sir.
Roger, I need you to log with the proper call sign.
Roger that.
Alright, turning final. Oh, we should have put in one notch of flaps. We're a little high. At least we didn't overshoot terribly. Low flaps. Power's coming out. Full props. Make sure full rich. I know my landing light's not on, but at this point, I don't think I can really get to it safely. Look at all those power lines. we're too slow. My wind noise is very loud. I gotta double check the balance on my sound. Got a quartering crosswind from the left. Quartering headwind from the left, I should say.
Right under 83 Mike, clear direct slap when the departure.
That wind noise is so intense. I gotta look at my settings. I think I already said that, but... Alright, so this is Alpha 5. So we're at Alpha 5, come over straight across into there. Hopefully they'll give us straight in. Let's see. Well, Tower 5716 Bravo is off at Alpha 5.
SM16 Bravo taxi to parking via Alpha, I mean on this frequency.
Via Alpha, this frequency, 5716 Bravo. Okay, so we can make a left, let's make a left and a right into Alpha 4. Let's put the flaps up. Fantastic. Fantastic is when you're like a fantastic fanatic. There you go. Now you got a new word. Oh, we probably just hit that building with our wingtip. $44,000. Jesus Christ! What the fuck? That is so goddamn loud. Oh my god.
Disconnected.
Let's see. Look at that. Somebody took a crap. I'm gonna look at the log file, see if you can see. Did you guys hear like an extremely loud noise? Okay. Alright. It's not just me. Alright, so let's do this. Let's look at the log file, right? See if something went berserko. Hangar 52, thanks, man. We're going to do another flight. If you want to stick around. If you got to go, I hope you enjoyed that one. Now, you guys know the log file probably better than me, so let's have a look at this together, if you guys want to. We're going to go on down. So. Benny, are you saying I put you to sleep? Oh, man. Fly with Lua error. Nothing to say. Do you see anything on here that would make that horrible noise? Oh yeah? Okay, so like if you have some weird sound glitch take place that wouldn't show up in here, because I don't know that kind of stuff. Alright, well let's hope that doesn't come back when we launch X-Plane again. But before we do that, let's go to our flight. So we'll go here, go to this. Okay, it registered. Good deal. 38-minute flight. Go here. So this is the flight we actually did. We took the long way. We went the wrong way. Turned around, came back. Landed. Actually, I think they also give you like a... yeah, they give you a vertical profile too. It was all hand flying today. Interesting observation. Yeah, and the gear does normally put out a gear sound, like a wind noise, and I generally like it, but that was pretty exceptional. And then it got really crazy once we turned around the hangar, so it just kept getting worse. Excuse me. Okay, so we need this flight ID. Copy. Then we just simply go to our alphabet challenge. Flight number 8, Lake Havasu to Bullhead. I want to submit my flight. And you paste it in there. And we submit it. There we go. Cool. So now... let's have a look at our next flight. Now our next flight, so we landed here. So what I was thinking was when we take off from here, based on the winds, it looks like we're going to get runway 16. I'm going to fly directly across. I'm going to ask for a right crosswind departure. We'll fly straight across. This is 3739, so maybe we'll file for, let's see, what's the general direction? We'll do like 6500. And then we're going to pick up this pretty small road with power lines. Just shoot on down. It's not a lot of turning or anything like that, but there should be some neat terrain to look at. Go from there. Alright. So now what we want to do is... I'm just going to reset that. Oops, I didn't really want to do that. I don't want that. Okay, so craft. Ready to go. KIFP. And then Jackie Cochran. KTRM. Alright. Let's see what this one... let's go back over there for now. Alright, and we have that, we have that. We're going to do VFR. And we're going to do 6500. Okay. We'll listen to this in the
Missile
meantime.
contact you has Foxtrot.
Oh, Foxtrot.
Laughlin Bullhead International Information Foxtrot.
Alright. That worked out well. Okay, let's go to launch X-plane. I'll be back in a moment, guys. I'm just going to grab a drink. Alright, at least the wind isn't going crazy anymore. Excuse me. Oof. Got it. Alright, where are we? Are we in a movement area? No, but I'm going to drag ourselves back a little bit. I'll tell you right now, the King Air definitely chews up a lot more frames than this airplane when I'm flying it. I don't know if that has anything to do with what you guys are talking about, but alright, let's connect to PilotEdge.
Connected to PilotEdge.
Yes. Alright, so that up before, and we're gonna pull up the airport facility directory for Jackie because she does not have her own airport diagram in a regular document. Airport diagram document, I should say. Okay. So let's see how we are on fuel. Let's make sure everything else is okay. We didn't shut down properly because we quit, but it doesn't seem to show any issues here. Oil's still okay for this flight. So 15 and 15. Let's make that 25. Okay. Apply. Okay. Coop building the payware aircraft. Nice. I don't know if you already said it. To what level do you want to do that? Are you going to do like a kind of like a steady level, you know, like a SimCoder's level type of REP type plane, but you know, already installed? Coop. I don't know if you have that kind of data or not, but nice. That is something that should be really cool. That's a good claim to make, man. So, clears delivery when tower's closed. Okay. Ground control 118.25. I think we're going to do flight following on this flight just to have some more interaction. Connected, right? I'm not hearing anything. Yep. And then we had the tower was 123.9er. So we have that set. We have information Foxtrot. Put the runway heading in. 16-ish. The altimeter setting as of late was 2967, I believe. 2967. Alright. Oh, that's great, Coop. Yeah, I mean, I'm loving the SimCoder stuff, so if you're going to take it even further, by all means, man, that should be cool. I feel like it's too quiet. Don't you guys feel like that? Maybe it's because, yeah, we have ground in the active, okay. How many people are online right now? Only 3 others. That would explain things. Although we're in like that transition phase. It's like 12 midnight on the East Coast, 9 p.m. on the West Coast, so maybe some people start jumping on a little bit. Otherwise, people have something better to do on a Friday night on a Labor Day weekend, I guess. I don't know. But, alright. Bullhead ground Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo requesting flight following to thermal.
(576 Tango Bravo). Say again your destination.
Jacqueline Cochran Thermal Airport.
576 Tango Bravo departure frequency with LA Center 134.65 squawk 4505.
134.65, squawk 4505, 576 Tango Bravo.
576 Tango Bravo, readback correct. Runway 16, taxi via Alpha.
16 via Alpha, 576 Tango Bravo. Cool. 134. 165, we already have that in there. And we're going to go to 6500. And we're going to climb at approximately, yeah, should do fine. And 4505. Alright. There we got Lagoon. And 6 via Alpha. Coop's gonna be like the Jack of GA. GA and Biz Jets. It'll be like the solo show. You know, the one-man show working these amazing airplanes. Yeah, you could do it, man. How old are you? You're a young guy. You got like all this energy to learn, and you're into this stuff. You're not married yet. Right? Am I right on that? Well, that's okay. You'll give the credit where needed. You know? You're what? You're like a... Oh, I don't want to give away your age. I would be guessing anyway. You don't have to share it, though. But you're a young guy, so... The force is strong with this one. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of that nav flag. Let's put that on GPS for now. Somebody just triggered an alert. I wish, like, you know how in the chat it says when somebody's hosting you? I wish they would do that when someone does the follow. Matterboy, what's going on? How are you tonight? Thanks for the follow. We're about to depart out of Bullhead. Switching over to Tower. Temperature's looking good. Pressures are looking okay. Oil's a little lower than it was last time. Interesting. Hello from Texas. I have a good friend that lives out in Texas. Well, Texas is huge. I think he's not too far from Austin. Ernie the cat. What's going on, man? Okay. We're on Tower, right? Well, Tower Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo is holding short 16, ready for departure, requesting right crosswind departure.
576 Tango Bravo, runway 16, clear for takeoff, right crosswind approved, 14011.
Clear for takeoff, 16, right crosswind approved, 576 Tango Bravo, thanks. Doing well. Had a good day. Took a cruise down to the ocean. The shortest distance to the ocean for me is about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. But then there's like a nice little drive down a thing called Ocean Parkway, and went down the boardwalk and just chilled out. Could have been more ladies to look at, but other than that, it was nice. How about yours? I hope you had a good Friday. Alright, we're coming up on 70 knots. Positive rate. is. Okay. Gears coming up. Okay, I think we're through about 500. Technically, we could also start turning since we exceeded 400. We'll just hold the heading a little longer. Let's do that. That.
576 Tango Bravo, contact LA Center 134.65.
LA Center 134.65, 576 Tango Bravo. LA Center, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo 2001, or climbing to 6,500.
Five seven six Tango Bravo, LA Center.
Okay. IDEN 6 Tango Bravo. Hey Chris Bacon, how's it going? Just hold on one sec.
576 Tango Bravo, contact 30 miles east of the Gulf VFR.
Okay, so he's got radar contact on us. We can keep our climb rate up another 100 feet per minute. See how we do there. So, Ernie, you're in the Florida Panhandle. How did the hurricane affect where you were? Must have had a lot of rain and wind. And Crispy Bacon. That's a good name, buddy. I don't know, actually. You know, I've been saying to myself, I gotta learn that GPS, get the basics down. Alright, we're heading this way. We're crossing the windy river. We're gonna cross the mountainside. I'm gonna use this as a landmark. Hopefully this shows up somehow. In this valley, these two peaks, this dried riverbed, potentially dried or very small. And then after that we should expect our power lines in the thin road. If we know we pass it if the hills get really high on us. If we need to, we can tune in that VOR, but yeah, as far as putting a flight plan in there, I'm not sure. Oh, Rob, because it took him a while to call radar contact after the ident, or because he requested it to begin with. So the road we're going to follow down, it's going to have. So I think we're kind of doing this. I'm just going to put. Well, let's just pretend we did this, right? We took off. Like that. And then we did this right crosswind thing. Like that. So we're crossing one ridge line, which is that. We have these diagonal power lines going across north of the ridgeline, which might be these. Okay. Maybe we should just follow those. Let's shortcut. Yeah. Think? Gonna go this way, that way. Hold on. I don't know. I'm not very experienced on power line following just yet in X-Plane, because I know I was like, oh, there's the power lines. Like, wait a minute, there's more power lines. Oh, there's some more power lines, even though the chart only showed like one set. So Not that I'm questioning the accuracy of X-Plane's placement of power lines. As far as I understand, somebody has said that they placed them accurately, but at the same time, it's kind of like the roads. You know, sometimes you'll see one main road, but then it turns out there's actually a lot more. Ah, cool, Ernie. Oh yeah, I hear you, Rob. Yes, that is another thing. Good point. Yeah, because there's the railroad tracks there, so I'm going to look for that. And if we're really lucky, right? So, because I was going to follow. Yeah, here's the railroad tracks. At one point, I was thinking about following the railroad tracks, although we might not see them because it's not. It's coming across here. When we go down this way, we should see it. We could follow the railroad tracks, and it would take us down a ways and then across, and then there's another way to go down here. There's 29 Palms, but I chose to follow that other path. It's just something different. Although this would be pretty nice, actually. The road would be really nice because look at these mountains out here. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm seeing something going straight across here. Alright, we're level at 6,500. We're at 23 inches. We are 2,300. We are going to lean this out a little bit. Okay, here is a question that somebody here might know that I'm not sure of. I've been meaning to look this up, but I've seen in real life and on here and on other airplanes on exhaust gas temperatures that on every cylinder there is a blank notch. Okay, and I'm curious, what does that mean? So maybe somebody here has the expertise. Alright, let's switch fuel tanks and start our timer. Okay, timer's running. Fuel tank is switched. Here comes some power lines. Hopefully there'll be a road. Cruise checklist. Cowl flaps closed. No way. Look at that temperature. Power set. Mixture set. Fuel flow every 20 minutes. Well, yeah, I think that's what we want. We're going to follow this power line. It's just before the ridge line. Just as planned. We might... Actually, once we're on it. Looks like there's... This might be a road, or that might be the power lines etched in the photo scenery. We'll have to double check once we turn. So the good thing also about streaming the Alphabet Challenge flights is that, you know, it's and doing the VFR is I haven't done it yet. Like I have no idea if we're going to be successful in this. And what's pretty cool is this road that's following these power lines, I don't have enough roads set in X-Plane to cover that road. So we're relying upon the photo scenery, which is basically like the appearance of that road is more accurate, which makes it harder to see or verify. In other words, I'm not 100% on it, and therefore it's more challenging, and we'll have that, oh no, I think I'm getting lost factor. Power lines ends up there, but the road continues straight. We'll see if we can see a railroad track up there. So we should be coming up on a point where, if we did this right, I never saw this, but I was distracted, so I don't know if I really looked for it very well. The power line is supposed to keep going diagonally down. Shit. Is there another set of power lines that we accidentally followed that ended? We're out here. I don't know. Don't know. Our heading is 170 following that road and power lines. Any of that. There is a significant road. That might be a road or a river. So we're going to cross that eventually. This is just some shitty photo tile, so we can ignore that. Like just, you know, matching rather. That's lousy about it, but better than stock. So check that out, what happened here. I guess X-Plane only draws power lines so far out, and that we saw the crossing the road there, but then they kind of drew after we got close enough to it. So unfortunately, that's going to be a limitation of using power lines navigation. When you see a dead end appearing, just hang in there and see if it suddenly draws the rest of them. That's interesting. But okay, so we still have our power lines, so we're on the right, we can assume we're on the right track. And then the power lines are going to take a turn, and there is something obvious crossing that. So over here, we're going to see this obvious road, is probably what it is, and then the power lines take a turn and head towards some higher elevation on the right. So this might be the higher elevation on the right, or that might be it right there. So I think we're looking pretty good. Okay, let's see what Coop's got here. The main orange is the EGT, and the notch is the CHT. Nice. So let's have a close look at that while we're heading straight. So the overhaul, or I guess one of the cylinder head temperatures, is about 175 degrees. This is degrees Fahrenheit. 200, 300, 400, 500. So this is cylinder head temperature somewhere around averaging between 400 and 420 to 470. And then these are showing us the cylinder head temperature gauge, cylinder head temperatures. I wonder if it's a different scale on... Alright, because this isn't... If we go by this, and this... Oh wait, this is Celsius. This is Fahrenheit. Okay. So we got to do a conversion. 100 and... Got to look at that straight. 185 degrees Celsius. What does that convert to in Fahrenheit? I don't have my E6B on me. Maybe if somebody is willing to Google that. It's about 180 degrees Celsius. What does that convert to Fahrenheit? any one of these 13 co-pilots. 365 degrees. Okay, let's check it out. Zoom on in. So you got 310, 320, 300, 300, you know. And trailing down, 300 and something. Okay, so that's not terribly far off. Very cool. Learned something new, man. Thank you. So that explains why you have it saying EGT and CHT on the gauge on both sides. That's really cool. So there's the road that's coming underneath our wing. There it is going out that way. Something goes down that way. And then we have power lines. And then the road, which is really light, going that way. Thanks, Coop. Appreciate the input there. Appreciate it. So yeah, we're just going to take this down to Iron Mountain, past Danbury Lake. Might as well go outside, enjoy the view from there. Well, that looks like now we have a more definitive X-plane road being drawn in. I never put on my lights. Just gonna make that more legit.
About 4.95 by 4.73.
Yeah. Is that somebody getting a radio check?
United 745. San Francisco clearance from request. Stand by. I know, I saw that. That's what made me pause there for a second when I was talking. Should send one my way. A 745 clear to Los Angeles International Airport, stick 3 departure, eBay, transition, then as filed. Climb via SID, squawk 5642. .45 repack right.
Power line's not drawing in. But that road is no problem to see. Very calm winds tonight. Oh, Greg, I just noticed the photo that you posted regarding the EGT and CHT gauge. Thanks.
118. 118 Whiskey Bravo, John Wayne Ground.
I'm definitely going to read up on that.
To say again your request. You said pattern work?
Micklax, what's going on?
Roger, I need your aircraft type.
The V35? Yeah, I think it's well modeled. I think people like it a lot. Enjoying it.
Or 118 Whiskey Bravo,
I think
Roger,
it was a little bit more
Piper,
temperamental regarding
Seminole.
certain parameters you have
Looks
to go
good.
by.
Say your position on the field.
But there's a few people that stream it on here. I think Crazy Diamond, who's in the chat list. What's up, Crazy Diamond, by the way?
Bravo, Kilo.
I think he flies it. Or Bonanza Dude. I don't know. Maybe I'm confusing them. I'm sorry. But either way.
Use your right at Kilo, taxi via Bravo, Kilo.
So when you see them flying it, they'll also answer a lot of questions. I've seen Aerosim Gaming flying it as well. Crazy. Was
Or 118 Whiskey
Crazy.
Bravo.
Do you
runway
fly
20
the
right at
V35
Kilo,
at
taxi
all?
via Bravo, Kilo.
Do you ever stream that one? Yeah. So, I think it was Bonanza Dude, who's another pilot on here. He was actually doing some beta testing for them as well. So, but anyway, I don't have it. But yeah, Crazy's saying that he likes it. Micklax, what are you typically cruising indicated? And also, are you like doing it based on a cruise power setting, or you just kind of have the thing guns? Yeah, nice. That's cool. Kind of on top of those power lines. 170 indicated. Wow. Yeah, that's definitely faster. What power setting are you using? Like, what do you have set on your manifold pressure and your RPMs? I mean, it would make sense because there is one less control surface, one less stabilizer in the airstream. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Crazy. We're both on the same page there. So, totally makes sense regarding that. Yep. Alright, yeah. So you're setting it up. That's one thing I got to get further into is those tables. I've just been keeping it super basic, you know. Full power, pressing forward on takeoff, 25 squared on the climb, 20 squared on the cruise, but I saw the table is giving a lot of details, so I gotta check that out sometime. But I would say, sorry, this is typical what you're seeing here, cruising. You know, if I start using the tables for certain settings, I might get more speed out of it. Before the REP, it cruised at 160 at 23 squared. But I'm pretty sure that wasn't accurate. Kind of a nice view. Oh, Saab 340.
Advisor
I
Jacob Bravo.
I think Greg, GPB 500, flies a Saab. Yeah, that is known as a fast aircraft coupe.
Five 502 Echo Bravo. Sorry about that. Go ahead with your readback. I'm sorry. You go to the Oxnard Airport via runway 24 obstacle departure procedure to Palmdale, then as filed. Climb maintain 6, expect 8,000 after 5 minutes. Departure frequency on 126.1 squawk 3742. Pleasure, took a Bravo at 126.1.
So I had
3742.
I had sent to Austin a message, email,
Pleasure, took a Bravo read is correct.
asking if he could
Rain
put
93 Mike, connect LA Center 134.65.
the joystick axis support into the cow flap
576
setting.
Tanker Bravo, connect LA Center 126.35.
126.35, 576 Tango Bravo.
Charlie Gold Victor, Zulu Bravo, clear to Los Angeles International Airport, Port 7 departure, Avenel transition, then as filed, climb via SID, accept, maintain 5,000. Departure 135.1, squawk 2537.
Los Angeles Center, Urban Eds 576 Tango Bravo, 6,500. Oh, hold on. Mistake. Said 3.5.
Charlie Gold Victor, Zulu Bravo, V1 left.
There's some cool looking mountains up ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, let's switch fuel. Set our timer.
I understand it of a pop on departure flighting 220, maintain VFR to below 2,400, departure on 128.1, squawk 5077.
Los Angeles Center, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo, 6,500.
978 of a pop, read correct. For 576 Tango Bravo, LA Center. Roger, the flight altimeter 2968.
2968, 576 Tango Bravo. Alright, so I see an airport up ahead. Iron Mountain is a single runway airport. Danbury Lake. This is Danbury Lake. Let's go swimming. It's all dried out. There's the airport, but it looks like 2 runways. Unfortunately, that's because the X-plane runway is not lining up with the photo texture runway. So I'm pretty sure that's the case up there.
Enter 83 Mike, roger.
We've lost our power lines, but this is the road. Let's just double check something. So I guess the road was I'm guessing this is an access road for the power lines that they have mapped here. But anyway, this should be a little town, some kind of population there. We're going to hook past the airport. We're going to make a right,
Remember,
follow this road,
111 Whiskey
follow it
Bravo.
down
Make sure you hold
that
short
way.
at 20 right at Lima.
You don't want to
Did
cross
you
these
not
mountains, otherwise we're going to be off
understand the hold
course.
short at Kilo portion of the taxi instruction that you read back correctly? Remember, 118 Whiskey Bravo, affirmative. You need to make sure you're following your instructions properly, or else the whole air traffic control system kind of breaks down. Runway 20 right, clear for takeoff. After departure, make right, close traffic, and report midfield.
Yeah, that is a fast single-engine airplane. So you can see, let me just purposely stay a little bit.
Thank you for interrupting another pilot. Number 118 Whiskey Bravo, runway 20 right, cleared for takeoff. After departure, make right, close traffic.
Yeah, you can see how there's some kind of water, some kind of
Remember, 978 Alpha
path
Papa
of
here
water.
was dealing with other traffic. Runway 20 right at
Airport.
Kilo, taxi via Bravo Kilo.
some sort of development. I wonder if this is like a private airport used to serve this.
Need you to turn your transponder on altitude mode, please.
Like, I don't know if that's really a town or a facility, or maybe that's a shopping center.
That was for 978 Alpha.
I don't know. Anyway, it looks like we got there and going across. This kind of strange looking river thing coming out of that lake. So airport. Yeah, there's the river coming out of it and curving around. We're going to take the road that way. So there's the river curving around. We're going to take the road going that way. Yeah, you can see the runway. No taxiways, just I guess just a taxi back turnaround area. Yeah, some kind of utility, right? Crazy? Oh, there's our power lines. They're giving the power. Check out these like straight lines. Going that way, coming together, going that way. It's like repeated. That's intentionally set up. I wonder what that is. Pumping station. Interesting. I think that might have said that on the chart, right? Again, I'll go back and look. Okay, so we're following our road. Looks like the road is going to take us around that way. There's a green line here that usually is representing some kind of water, nice and curvy. So that's basically like a
San Francisco ground runway 1 left.
textured over a river. So maybe, so we're going. So we just kind of like
Whiskey Bravo, need you to start your
going this way.
turn,
We're
please.
turning down this way. I'm guessing that we're seeing this curvy river. Ah, okay. So it's an actual man-made or directed source of water. What does that come off the Colorado River and it's redirected?
You want 3 minutes short of one left or 3 minutes in your current position? Roger, that's approved. Just contact the tower when you're ready for departure.
It's scary to think how accessible that is. I don't know. Alright, so we're turning down this way. Like, I enjoy the X-Plane roads being on because now I can see cars when I'm low enough and lights at night, but at the same time they make the roads so easy to see. Excuse me. At times that I don't think it would be that easy to pick off. Wow. Yeah, it is amazing how fast things can evaporate in the desert climate, right? I would not want to drive down these areas in a car without a lot of water on board and a reliable engine transmission, that's for sure. We drove 4 hours across the desert from Las Vegas to Bryce Canyon. That was amazing. Drove out of Vegas at like 4 in the morning. And so the temperature was totally doable, but on the way back it was daytime. Leaving Bryce Canyon, you're high elevation, so you're like in the 80s, you know, very dry, but in the 80s. Then as we kept getting lower, like, you know, 5,000 feet, 4,000 feet, 3,000 feet, just get hotter and hotter and hotter. So now we're heading down this way, and this road's going to hook around this mountain.
978 Alpha Pop, runway tower, runway 20, right
So,
at Kilo, cleared for
one thing
takeoff,
I noticed
no delay.
recently, actually,
Traffic turning base now for the right side, turning your transponder altitude mode position.
so we're on the Phoenix sectional chart, and then it ends. Now, the easy solution, if you want to just use World VFR, it does, like, you know, seamless. But one thing I noticed, I feel, is that you can't zoom in as close when you're on World VFR. So if you need more detail, you just pick one of them, and then it actually lets you go in like a few more notches. So I kind of never realized that until recently, because I love using the TAC charts for that reason, the extra detail when it's available. And then I found that, you know, using the actual dedicated sectional chart to that area versus the stitched together World VFR, you can zoom in a little bit. If you don't need it, then the World VFR is great for scanning around. For those of you that didn't realize that, it's just another little tip there. Alright, so looks like here is the turn around the mountains. Here is this, what appears to be a dry lake bed. Let's see if we're right. So right off the foot of these hills, Palin Dry Lake Bed. Well, Palin Dry Lake. And then we should pass Desert Center Airport. Yeah, and that's helpful if you're trying to do this kind of flying, you know, using the charts and picking off all this detail. Sometimes you can't zoom in enough.
Niner 78 Alpha Papa, radar contacts altitude. 978 Alpha Papa, roger. Connect SoCal departure. Niner 78 Alpha Papa, roger. Gentlemen, altimeter 287.
Okay. We're going to make this turn in just a minute. Go ahead and make that turn. I think I turned too much. Yeah, we want to follow that road. I kept the turn going for the effect. I think that's where we want to go. Let's have a double check. So, we're hooking around the mountain. I actually turned this way, but we want to go that way. It's about a heading of 200, between 200 and 220. Let's just double check that that's what we do have. 200. So that is paralleling this road. And that's interesting. Look at that. So, Texas Center, lake bed. Nothing on the chart about that interesting feature. Well, I don't know, unless that's the airport. Maybe that's the feature. Yeah, I can see a flashing light down there, so that's the airport. I was looking at this weird path of water, I guess. That looks like the airport, ramp, interesting, like, service taxiway there, I don't know. All this X-Plane's runway is way off. Hold on, let's check this, right? View, tower view. Letter C. And, yeah, it's a road. You can see some light poles there.
Next, we have a pop resume on navigation, VFR to your discretion.
Look how far off this is. Right now, the roads have been lining up. X-plane roads have been lining up with the scenery roads. So the X-plane airport, I believe, is what's all screwed up here. Some of these little airports just need some tending to one day, as far as just repositioning them, if anything.
Charlie
you know,
Gold Vic, correction. Number
landmarks.
502 Echo Bravo, runway 24, taxi via Alpha.
Okay. So now we're coming up on this main lines here. So here it is, coming right into this big... Oh, we heard a wind change there. This big road, Route 10. So that makes sense. That's Route 10.
Manager 78 Alpha Papa, radar service terminated, squawk VFR, frequency change approved.
What's the best way to learn US ATC communication, especially VFR? McLax, I learned the hard way. See, I had some basic knowledge, but then getting in, like what you learn in the book, and then what you actually go and you do.
Roman 8 Whiskey Bravo, Roger, runway 20 right, clear touch and go.
Is definitely challenging. I mean, if you're doing actual flying real world, obviously you're going to learn it that way with an instructor. But there's some videos out there. So, okay, so the Federal Aviation Regulations and Aeronautical Information Manual, just do a search on AIM and then space, and then just type in the word aeronautical, or just do a search on Aeronautical Information Manual. Forget AIM. We call it the AIM, but it's the Aeronautical Information Manual.
Charlie Ovic,
You can download it for free on PDF. So just have that handy. Chapter 4 covers a lot of stuff in there as far as like certain types of things you would call and say, but not everything. So the other thing to do is just supplement it on YouTube videos. There's a couple of like instructional videos, and just start going through them.
San Francisco Tower, runway 1.
Listen to them.
Cleared for
They'll
takeoff,
explain
wind
why they're making
270
calls.
At 15.
And then, you know, as you go through one video and the next video. There will be commonalities between the two, so where they're both agreeing, you can rest assured that that's probably pretty accurate information, you know. We're kind of going through this valley here, and we have this, looks like another dried lake bed of some sort, maybe with some trees in it, power lines, kind of beautiful actually. But some other people here in the chat might also have some other take on a good way of sort of learning it. So this looks like the dry lake bed here. Got railroad tracks, power lines, more power lines right at the foot of the hills there.
78 Alpha Papa SoCal, squawk 3251.
So there it is. These are the power lines on the foot of the hills. Here's a little airport, and there are Route 10. Between East Coast and West Coast, as far as what?
Commander 78 Alpha Papa, are you aware that you were inside the Charlie airspace before you made contact with approach?
So this airport on the right, this is Julian Hines, and then there's
Commander 78 Alpha Papa, the Charlie
KIFP
airspace at John
Summit.
Wayne, the surface area. You busted the surface area of the Charlie airspace.
So this
You
is
weren't in
Julian
contact with
Hines
approach,
over here.
and you entered the John Wayne surface area for the Charlie airspace.
Right.
Let's put that in as pilot deviation. Radar contact now.
That is,
approximately 4.5
whatever
miles
that
west
name
of
was,
John Wayne
Summit.
Airport.
Yeah, I'm just curious, Mick, I'm interested in your observation though, as far as like hearing the difference.
Renner 78 Alpha Papa, you're talking about a different airspace, not the Bravo airspace, the John Wayne Class Charlie airspace. The requirements to enter a Class Charlie airspace are a two-way radio communication with air traffic control and a working mode C transponder, of which you had only one of those requirements. I terminated your radar service, and you proceeded to turn around and enter the surface area of the Charlie airspace, and therefore pilot deviation.
Atomic Sydney, how's it going, man? Thanks for following.
Affirmative, the one that is on my video map, that I can see whether you've entered or not.
We've got some traffic out there. Looks like similar altitude to us. Alright, so we're going to pass KIFP Summit. Our airport's not too far away. That's about 23 miles. We should start down. Let's switch
And
over
745,
to
connect NorCal departure.
Los Angeles. Okay.
Number 8983 Mike,
And
contact
minus 115 feet.
Las Vegas approach.
Check
on
pattern altitude here is 885 feet.
Niner.
So we're going to start getting down to 885. Well, let's just get down to 1500.
8983 Mike, correction, 118.4.
Oops.
And 745 NorCal departure, radar contact, climb maintain for level 190
I'm going to do 2000 initially. And then we're going to switch our fuel tanks. Okay, so let's get that going. Los Angeles Center, but has 576 Bravo leaving 6,500 for 2000.
8983 Mike, Las Vegas approach, the Las Vegas altimeter currently 2973.
We're going to watch that
Boulder
temperature.
City.
So descent checklists, altimeter set, cowl flaps closed. Like I said, we're going to watch that temperature. Power is required, mixture enrich is needed. So we're going to watch this as we descend into more dense air. We're going to be swallowing more air. We're going to get leaner and hotter, so we'll be careful there. Let's go ahead and switch our fuel tanks. Atomic Sydney, they're so much fun, right? You know, I'll tell you, I don't know if you already fly flight simulators, but there were many times, it still happens, where it's like, I'm going to do a flight, and then I see someone streaming, I'm going to watch their flight.
118 Whiskey Bravo.
And then I ended up just watching their
land.
flight and partaking in the chat, having a good time, you know. But then a lot of times I'll also just do my own flight and also watch another stream. Like if I'm not streaming, I'm watching somebody else's. So that's fun too. You set up your own flight, watch other people's streams. Just it's a blast. It totally
Charlie Gold
changed
Victor, Zulu,
for me
Bravo,
the flight sim
San Francisco
experience.
Tower, runway 1 left, cleared for takeoff.
Just the interaction is so much fun.
27015.
Between that and the ATC, it's a whole other thing.
In runway 3 Mike, to maintain 900,000. Expect visual approach runway 25 left.
Micklax, I'd like to think that one day when I feel like I really know the VFR communications inside and out, I would love to do a video that basically outlines almost every, I shouldn't say every, like operations to class
Yeah,
Delta,
745, contact
Charlie,
Center,
and Bravo
133.7.
VFR, like videos that would show like, hey, this is how you initiate the call, this is what you do here, this is why you do it, this is why you say this is one way you would say this. But I don't feel like I'm that much of an expert just yet to do something like that, and plus that would also be
Yeah, 745,
require a fair amount of
NorCal,
planning
departure radar contact.
to do something like that.
At 7:45
well
up.
done, very well done. So.
Oakland Center, climb to Postal 330.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a cool. Absolutely, it's a great hobby. Atomic. There's so many different aspects of it that you can get into. So it really is a lot of fun. You can just do like touch and goes at an airport, or you can start to simulate like all of the real world operations if you want. You can get into more complex airplanes that have really well modeled systems, but if you're just getting into it, I always recommend like go download the X-Plane demo, x-plane.com. Free demo, runs for 10 minutes, then it ignores your joystick input, and then you just quit it and launch it again. It's all stock scenery and stock airplanes, so it's very minimal. It's good though, and you just play around with it, and then then you keep, if you I like this, I'm going to buy the software. So you buy yourself a set of flight controls, basic flight controls.
78 Alpha Papa, go ahead.
Start exploring YouTube, like I was talking with Micklax about for other things, and then then you step up your
78 Alpha Papa, I
airplanes.
do not have access to that information.
All right. So Jungle Curry, my favorite big boy airplane. All right, my favorite airliner in real life is the 747, and I do hope that by the time, let's say, PMDG makes one for X-Plane, it's up to like version 3, or whenever they do it. I hope it's their latest and greatest.
The director
Because
of
X-Plane
operations
sorely
for
needs a
PilotEdge.
real
They'll answer your
747 simulation. What's available for X-Plane now, as far as airliners, complex, I love both the FlyJ Sim 732 and the IXEG 733. Both of them 737s. The 737-200 is just fantastic aircraft for...
Yep, definitely.
Oh, look at that jet flying underneath us. It was an
18 Whiskey
F-15.
Bravo, taxi parking, Bravo, remain on this frequency.
Really makes you work hard. It flies fantastic. Really makes you work hard. Makes you navigate yourself. It's an
576
awesome
Tango Bravo,
airplane.
radar service terminated, squawk VFR, frequency change approved.
Rogers, frequency change approved, 576 Bravo, thanks for the help.
Charlie Gold Victor.
Alright, so our airport is over here. The lights just came on.
978 Alpha Papa,
And
change
then
my frequency
Micklax,
135.4.
IFR not a problem at all, but VFR see lots of jargons and sometimes specific local communications. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, and it's kind of interesting too. The other thing is, when you listen to air traffic control talking, they are required to follow a very specific set of verbal instructions. They are only allowed to say it certain ways. Whereas pilots can get away with their readbacks being said in different ways as long as they're getting the point across.
978 Alpha Papa.
So that's probably what makes it a little bit
978 Alpha Papa,
confusing.
SoCal approach,
And the
Ontario,
nice thing
Alpha
about
November,
IFR
298,
is that you're basically always under control, being told what to do, and you're just reading back their direct instructions. which makes like what to say a lot easier in a lot of ways. Whereas VFR, you might leave their airspace and then you're on your own. And then since you're on your own, now you have to think like, okay, well, what do I want to do? This is what the challenge was for me. What do I want to do next? When should I say it? How should I say it? What point should I say it?
Roger, show you
You know,
5,500.
so
Climb, maintain
that
level
was, and still is, a challenging thing. You know, so I totally
Hey, Charlie, go
understand what you're
Victor to
saying.
Bravo,
there.
Roger. Just want to verify
right.
that your altimeter wasn't off.
The CTAF is 123.0, so we're going to put that in.
Charlie, go
Airport's
to
over
Bravo,
here.
verify your altitude there. Thank you.
123.0. The lights are coming on. Okay. And then we'll switch that over in a minute. I want to see.
Mike, descend and maintain 7,000 after Boulder City, flighting 280 vector, visual approach 25 left.
We're going to listen to ADIS player. We're going to listen to
It's heading 280 after Boulder City,
Palm
descend and maintain
Springs.
7,000 please.
Initial heading and requested cruise altitude. Advise on initial contact you have NEMA. Palm Springs Airport information NEMA. 0453 Zulu. Line 300 at 11. Visibility 10.
300.
Sky clear below 1,000. Temperature 32. 2.8. Altimeter 2972. Visual approach runway 31 left, 31 right, in
Okay, so
use.
we're going to put in
Departing
2972.
runway 31 left, 31 right.
And they're using the
Feedback all runway
31300.
assignment.
So we're going to
And
assume
hold
that
short
35.
All VFR departures.
300,
Contact
so
clearance delivery with your aircraft type.
We're going to
Initial
overfly the
heading, and
fields
requested cruise
1,000 feet
altitude.
above the field.
Advise on initial contact you have NEMA.
Alright, we
Palm
need to
Springs
stop
Airport
you.
information.
We're going to go
Roger,
here.
check a Bravo Fox Tower.
So runway 30
Pick up.
will work. It's pretty much straight at us. We'll land on there. Actually, no, we're going to use 35 because
576,
crosswinds are
still
fun.
monitoring center.
Affirmative, 576 Jam Bravo.
Alright, your instructions were to walk VFR, please, so I can still see your target.
Sorry about that. We'll switch right now. 576 Jam Bravo. Alright, so 1200. Okay. Alright, so we're flying over the field. We're going to use 3.5 and let's see, runway 3.5. We could look it up on here. Runway 3.5, where are you? Here. What's actually easier is to look on here, and there are no runways requiring right pattern traffic. Runway 3.5. So we're going to switch over to their frequency. I'm going to actually turn away this way. Oop, we're getting a couple of things there here. Hey, Max, what's going on, man? Thanks for the hosts. Hope you're having a good Friday evening, sir. About to land over here at Jackie Cochran Thermal. So we're up at 2,000. We're going to try and get on a 45 entry at about 800 feet. So maybe we should start down, huh? Okay, let's see what our... Did I put my fuel tank on the right? Yeah. How you doing tonight, Max? For those of you that don't know Max, give him a follow. He is new to streaming, is doing a fantastic job of it. Real world pilot, and he flies a Cirrus in real life, and he flies it in the simulators, does a lot of real world accurate flying, and his and actually Miklax, if you haven't listened to Max on the frequencies, he is a linguistic master, I like to refer to him as, because he really knows how to work the radios. So Max, Big Lax was asking, you know, about VFR communications and stuff like that, you know, and like the challenge of it. So you know, like how variable it is, essentially, you know, like that's a challenge. Like, you know, there's so many different things that can happen, and so that's why we were kind of talking about that. But Max really does a great job. So yeah, just click on his name, give him a follow for sure. Oops. Alright, that's kind of working out. Okay, we're just about there. Thermal traffic Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo entering left downwind, runway 35. There's the airport. Yep, off, get off. Since we're beating the numbers, put the gear down. That's going to bleed off some speed nicely for us. Keep it around 105 for now. So the wind's at 300, so we're going to have a quartering headwind from the left. So when we make this turn onto final, we're going to have a little bit of a tailwind. It's going to try to make us overshoot. And traditionally, as usual, I'm a little close to the runway, so we might not round. We might do sort of like a base to final. You can call it a binal. I feel like every time I'm on downwind here, I always see these fighter aircraft or military guys just whizzing by. All right, so that's about right. Can't see the runway anymore. Total traffic minutes 576 10 Bravo. Turning left base, runway 35. Okay, let's level off for a half sec, see where the runway is. Actually, a little bit of time there. Okay, that's good. Total traffic minutes 576 10 Bravo. Final 35. I should have put it flaps. That's flaps down there. Make sure full rich, props full forward. We're on the fullest tank. A little bit high. Full flaps. It's always wise to read the chat on final approach, huh? Okay. Jungle Curry, this airplane is $26, $27 from Carenado, but I've added the reality expansion pack, which is another $20. But if you want to start off without it, you'll enjoy it. If you want to perform better to real world numbers, then you add that later on. Unless you want it to start off that way right away, then go for it. Entering ground effect here. That was a pretty nice touchdown as far as landing rate goes, but I hope it wasn't a three-pointer. Foxtrot 1. Almost traffic, Bonanza 576 Bravo, exiting 35 at Foxtrot 1. And look at those mountains at sunset. That looks awesome. Alright, let's see. After landing, let's go to our taxi, kill those strobes, and flaps come up, Trim tab to 0. Cowl flaps are full open. Good. Cross country pilot, man, how's it going? Oh, that's good to know, Max. I'm gonna keep that in mind. So listen up on live ATC. This airport's actually available for download. Thermal. I think we just finished PilotEdge Alphabet Challenge flight number 9. But yeah, in fact, there's a link to Greg's airports in my below my video window that you're watching. If you scroll down where it says airports, and we got a couple of prominent airport developers down there. I don't know if Greg's still with us, but Greg, of course, you're always welcome to post that link. Otherwise, anybody's curious, by all means, check out that link. We're gonna pretend that we own this hangar, like right here, or we're renting it. Actually, let's go further down so we can enjoy the view. There's signature. Pull up over here. Oh, look at that car with its headlights on. Thermal aviation. Where's that city right there? I guess if we wanted to get fuel, we would stop right there, huh? Pilot lounge. This is near Palm Springs. It's Jacqueline Cochran Regional. That I don't know. Isn't this where they have, oh god, what's that music festival they've been doing? Starts with the C. But I think there's like a yearly, or maybe where Burning Man is done. Coachella? Is that it? Another one that they're doing these days? Alright, shutdown, brakes set, electrical equipment, radio off. It's good to know, because I always forget and get yelled at by the warning messages. Throttle close, mixture. Okay, lights are off. Switch off. Coachella. Yes, sir. Is that I think it's yeah, close enough though. I think it's here, right? Look, everybody flying in here. So I think They have people fly in here and then wherever they actually locate is nearby. But yeah, we're in the Palm Springs area. So, cool stuff. Let's check out the replay real quick. Even though I already shut down, it's like sometimes that screws with the. Oh yeah, Greg, sure. Glad you were aboard, buddy. That's Greg. He made this airport right there, GPB 500. Arthur, how's it going, dude? Nice to see you. Let's see. Oh shit. Good call, good call. Disconnected.
Disconnected.
Mick Lax, thank you, sir. Well, at least it wasn't a target that was really highly visible. And it was in a relatively quiet area, but still, don't want to do that. Yeah, technically I got the mains down just before, but it was pretty flat. Had a little energy in it still. We probably could have flared it a little if we wanted to. See the landing light lighting up the runway a bit, even though it's still pretty bright. That's why I don't see the full effect of it. Yeah, Greg puts in like everything that he finds that's real, he puts it in, including the gas prices. Greg, you gotta write a plugin that, or maybe Satech could write a plugin that like would read gas prices automatically from different FBOs and automatically change it in your airports. That'd be pretty insane. Yeah. Exactly, that's why you want it like an automatic. So let's rewind it. We'll enjoy the taxi and check out the scenery. My good taxi skills. It's fantastic, all this custom building. Greg, I directed people to your link in my below my video window, but if you want to post your link, man, go by all means. The lighting is awesome too. Just all this detail. Like Greg will actually find this fuel tank on the field and then find every single picture of it he can and then find the measurements of it and then make it. Oh, cool. You did. Awesome. Awesome. Jacqueline Curry, does that 732 or 733 have a functioning FMC? The 733 IXEG has a yeah, it does have an FMC. It's custom FMC. It's currently functioning. Ah, I didn't. Oh no, that's the office overhang there. I thought for a minute that was somewhere I could have parked. Well, I could pull up there, but anyway. The 732 has a thing called CIVA, C-I-V-A, and that is like an old style INS sort of navigation tool. And there are helper aids, like applications that you can use to make using it easier. But it is simulating, if you use it as intended, simulating what the pilots had to deal with. So, yeah, both of them are really cool airplanes. Highly recommend them. Yeah, that's the next thing. Greg's working on me getting SkyMax Pro, and I'm working on him starting to stream his airport building. Even if you did it with no vocal, like Matt does. It would be interesting to watch. Although I think he just started streaming with audio, right? Greg, I'm going to send you pictures of my van. Maybe you could, like, you know, slowly integrate my van in a parking space at every airport you do. Just that when I land there, I feel like I can go to my car and drive somewhere, you know? Little, runway and identifier lights. Omnidirectional ones. Yeah, I just put it right on the back. You know, right on the. It's got a raised roof, so you can put it like right on the top. Kind of like the way a boat, you know, has a name on the back of it. Just put it real small. Don't want it to be really glaring, you know. Just somebody happens to look at it and catch, hey, like Easter egg size, you know. Oh, wait, let me get out of replay mode. Because then I can play around with the lighting. Ooh. Sounds like my airplane just... Sometimes when you come out of... when you come... look, tire blown message. See what happens when you come out of replay mode at the wrong time? And even though you had the airplane shut down, it just did some wacky shit. We'll go look at the mess in a minute. We can see the lighting. So this is like X-Plane 10.5 lighting engine. I can't imagine what's going to be like what you airport scenery developers are going to be able to do with X-Plane 11's lighting engine. I mean, that's just going to be outstanding. Make it slightly background light for now. Yeah, I'm not sure, Jungle. I mean, we're at 10.5. I don't know what was the last version of 9? 9.6? 9.67 or something like that? Did it make it to 9.7? I think it did. So from 10.3 to 10.5 is quite a while. It was about a year, right? Or 8 months. Well, let me go out this way and then turn around. This is where we just were, right? Look in here. I have a feeling my airplane crashed into a hangar. Or something, I don't know. And this is the, what was this again, Greg? Like a horse farm of some kind? Horse riding training facility out here? See the tent. You can see the tent strings. Holy crap. Look at that. But yeah, if you guys like good quality airports, man, these are definitely worth checking out. You got like a group of about, what, 5 of them in the PilotEdge coverage area, available for free download. And then Greg actually has 11 downloads in the PilotEdge coverage area that are continually updated, like exclusive ones, like an early release program through a donation setup. So you guys can always reach out to him. He'll give you the details and what it gets you. But it's amazing. So if you like taking off and landing at good airports and getting the updates, definitely worth it. If you like, you know, Lego brick airports or whatever, it's not that important. It's not that important to everybody. But I don't know. I just love this kind of modeling work. It's freaking so cool. You want to look at night? Okay. Yeah, we were just looking at it at night. You mean, do you want a specific thing, or you just happen to miss it? You know, the night lighting is awesome. Looks a little better. I hear you, Greg. Yeah, it's looking real good, man. Yeah, for sure. Their fixtures might be like old, those yellow sodium lights instead of these beautiful LEDs. But so, all right, dudes, that's it for me, man. Thanks for jumping on board. And I don't know, we'll talk to you guys soon. It's coming. Saturday's coming up. I'm gonna definitely do some flying tomorrow. Whether or not I'm gonna stream it depends on who else is streaming. So you guys have a great one, and I highly recommend this guy I'm going to host right now. He's a lot of fun. He's usually jamming out some good music if you like to get a groove on. So check it out and give a shout out. Tell him that Terminator sent you.
Thank you so much for the help. See you guys.